guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Eyes of the Beholder. Hope you're surviving quarantine all right, or maybe you've already survived it at this point. I really don't know when this is going out. As you can see, my quarantine hair is in full effect. But anyways, welcome back to the secret episodes of Candara, episode 2. No real announcements because I have no idea.
Nothing is happening.
Nothing is happening, and I don't know when this is going out. So, you know what? Let's just go to that intro. Eyes of the Beholder, we're doing it. Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so when we left off, Candara had just basically come back from the dead.
Yes.
Went to a fight pit.
Got swindled.
A little bit. Went to the docks, did some investigation. Ended up in a very delightful up-and-coming tavern with 3 delightful old ladies who she then swindled out of half of their goods that they had procured through...
What side are you on?
I mean... anyways.
Yeah.
She retrieved half of the stolen goods for the dock and made it out of there alive. And returned them to the surprise of the quartermaster, Weston Reynolds, as a small little pixie named Philip began delivering boxes that began to just boom into shape all around the docks as they began barking orders for those to be picked up and stored and returned to where they belong. And I guess that's where we will pick up tonight's episode.
Yes.
So as you're standing there on the docks, as Philip kind of finishes his last delivery and just kind of looks at you and flitters off into the distance. And Weston Reynolds begins just barking out orders for people to take this box here, do that, and whatever. Guard comes up from behind you and goes, "What's going on here?"
I just finished the job. The docks restored the goods. It was on your board.
Oh, on the quest board, yeah?
Yes.
All right. Well, Weston goes, I don't mean to...
Okay, it's about half, but the people who took it will not be coming back.
Well, that works for me. All right, well, half the job, well, here's 750 gold out of...
Okay.
We'll call it even, but...
Okay, 750.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So instead of 1,500, 750 for half the job done. The guard kind of squints his eyes a little bit at you. He's kind of a dark, leathery, tan-skinned man, like deep creases in the eyes as he kind of squints his eyes and goes, "You wouldn't happen to be looking for another job, would you?"
From the quest board?
Hasn't quite reached it yet, but it's fixing to go up there.
I don't know what kind of job you speak of.
It's not one we really want to post. It's kind of more of the dangerous line of work. We don't want to send people out there getting them killed.
Oh, okay. I actually thought he was being weird.
Oh, no, not like that.
Yes. What, proceed?
Oh, well, sure. Well, Connor Farms.
Connor Farms?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yes.
Has been having some problems with, well, they said there's a big guy coming through and he was eating their stuff, cattle, corn, all that kind of stuff. And
Like a troll or?
I don't know exactly. They didn't say.
Okay.
But he's rather large and good, real unruly. So they wanted to send a platoon out there, but we just don't have the means right now with everything going on. So we was looking for some adventurers. You look like the type. So
So I go, I take care of this big guy,
mhm,
and
2,000 golds in it for you.
he's a very big guy.
Yeah, they said he was carrying cows off 2 at a time.
Oh God. Okay.
So
And where is Connor Farms?
okay. So if you go out the west gate, actually, nope, sorry, north gate, and then go west from there,
Mm-hmm.
you can't miss it.
North Gate, then west.
Yes.
And what is going on? You say something
Mm.
in the town, or
No. Well, turns out we're at war with
at the war?
yes. Apparently, someone broke treaty with the vampires, and so now they've begun invading, and the queen has made a call to arms, and we're sending as many men and able bodies as we can.
That is very bad.
It sure is, but so that's why we can't afford to send nobody to help the poor Connors out there. But yeah, if you could do this.
Sure. I will definitely try, but there was nothing special. All we know is it's a big guy.
That's all they said.
It comes during day, night.
They say it happens all times, whenever, just all times of day. Usually they don't know what's happening until they mostly see him from the back. One cow under each arm wandering off into the woods. So,
Okay.
but Connor Farm's real important to the whole city. It's a large farm. Not only does it have large crops that they grow, but they also do a lot of cattle supply for us as well. So it's a bit of a farm and ranch as well. A lot of the food comes from there. It's definitely what we're going to need to help supply the front lines
Okay.
as the war goes forward. So
I understand. I will go there and see what I can do. So, I guess I will head that way.
right, well, appreciate you.
And your name? I'm so sorry. I have not met you yet.
My name is Austin.
Okay. Okay, Austin.
Alston. Alston.
Oh, sorry. Austin.
And yeah, it's close now. It's all right.
Okay. I will go check this out. So I'm to the North Gate because it's still relatively morning, right? If I remember time.
Yeah.
So I'll head that way,
Okay.
and I'll look for Larry when I pass through.
Okay. Yeah. From where you're at, it's probably a good hour trek through the city before you eventually reach the North Gate. And when you do, you see Lawrence Larry there.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a still has the 5 o'clock shadow kind of going on. He's sitting there with a kind of pewter looking mug. A little bit of steam still in the early morning coming out of it. He's kind of leaned back up against the city wall as you come walking by. He's kind of just nursing this cup a little bit.
Rough night, Larry?
He kind of blurry eyed and kind of looks at you, rubs one eye, and he goes, he's confused. Like, you can see the confusion on his face. He goes, I maybe I'm just hung over, but I swore I saw Dalen and a few other people come through here without you, and they told me you had died.
It is a long story, Larry.
I'm sure, yeah. Well, I'm glad they were wrong. She's kind of like,
It's, I am very alive. You're not seeing ghosts.
mm,
In fact, I am off to Connor Farms to fight a big guy.
okay. Well,
Do you know anything of this?
I mean,
No.
Connor Farms is kind of one of the lead food producers here in Conneron, but I don't know anything about a big guy or any problems they've been having. I haven't heard anything yet, but
Okay. Either way, it was on the board or fixing to be on the board. I'll go check it out.
okay.
When my friends came through, where were they going?
Well, last time I saw them coming through, they had a. Where are they going? I don't even remember now. They're going somewhere, but yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I saw them at the bar. I don't know. It always kind of been running together here lately. I should really slow down.
Maybe you should.
I'm just really stressed. It's this whole war thing.
Vampires and stuff.
Yeah. My grandfather fought in the last war with them. I remember tales of it. It was pretty horrible from what I heard. So,
You know how far the vampires have come? All I know is that they have broken out of.
The last I'd heard, they had invaded a city to the east of here, Corwell. It's in the mountains, in the Icewall Mountains. So they haven't made it very far yet, but well, from the stories my grandfather used to tell, it night follows them, like eternal night. It like travels with them, so I guess it takes some time for them to expand how far they can move, I guess. So I guess we got that going for us, right? But who knows when it'll come to our doorstep.
Hopefully it won't. I hear there's lots of people going.
Yeah, they're sending a lot of people to the front lines. So, if I'm not here sometime, you know where I'll be. But hopefully it doesn't come to that, right? Probably be okay.
You look great, Larry.
Sure, yeah. Never. I've, punks and, thugs and bandits. I've dealt with a lot of those in my day. I've never really anything monstrous I've never really dealt with. So, it's just, new. Kind of terrifying. But yeah. They can be killed. I've heard they can be killed.
They can be killed. I grew up. I am from the mountains, and I grew up right there next to where the Eternal Night was, where the border was. I've killed vampires. It can be done. And you are very brave, Larry. You have a strong heart. You will do fine.
Thank you, Miss Candara. I appreciate that. It's just nerves. You get a little jittery sometimes when the unknown. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying that. If you've done it, it's good to know it can be done.
What time you have here, you need to be spending with your family at home. Not in bars. Getting pickled.
Yeah.
The vampires will still try to eat you. That was a joke.
No.
I'm not very good at those.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, I'm off to fight the big guy.
All right. Good luck.
We'll see. So I will head and then turn west.
Okay.
Head to what I'm hoping is Connor Farms.
Okay. You head through the little pop-up village that outside of the city before eventually you actually find a road sign that kind of points to Connor Farms. Pretty easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
A road leading straight there. As you kind of make your way through a bit of the rolling hills on the outskirts of Connor Island. It's not snowy here. Still cold. Mostly just kind of brown at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But nice rolling hills. You can imagine in the springtime it's very green and lush. You travel for feels like about 30, 45 minutes down this road before you start seeing just large sections of land. One side just looks like dirt and like fields.
Oh,
What would be
okay.
fields,
Mhm.
like tilled land and stuff like that. That's barren currently, but prepped and ready for basically the spring. There already have been. And on the other side, you see a bunch of grassland that's fenced in with. You can see herds of cattle kind of moving throughout several different fenced-in areas. It's huge. I mean, it's massive. Like as you're looking, it looks like it goes on for several miles in both directions. It's a very, very massive farm out here. As you kind of travel through the road, making your way, you see a few workers out tending to cattle here and there before you finally make it to a very large, very nice farmhouse with very much barn, so different. Looks like there's 10 or 15 different silos for grains and that sort of thing all stashed around. It's a very, very big, nice farm setup plus ranch and all that other stuff as well. You see a man who looks like he's probably in his late 50s, early 60s, kind of exiting the main farmhouse. At this time, he's wearing what looks to be some sort of plaid shirt and just leathered pants with these big boots on.
Okay. I'll go up to him. Or, yeah.
He kind of acknowledges you. He's got just just white, solid white hair, like a big white beard, very well trimmed, very bright blue eyes. As he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Well, hello there. What can I do for you?"
Hello. My name is Candara, and I was sent from the town to help you with a problem. Is this Connor Farms?
What it is. My name is Lane Connor. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Connor. Or Master Connor, I guess it would be.
Either one's fine. I appreciate it. He kind of looks around behind you. He goes, "I don't mean to offend, ma'am, but you're all they sent."
Yes. I specialize in taking down very big guys, which is what I'm told you have.
Well, yes, ma'am. He is rather large. He's easily 12 to 15 feet tall. I've never had problems with something like this before. I mean, he looks human enough, but he just seems huge. I've never seen his face, though. I've only seen him from the backside.
So you can't tell if he's a troll or a monster of some kind?
I don't know.
Okay.
We don't get very close to him. We've tried to keep a distance, but
Is he violent towards you?
he doesn't seem to pay much mind to us at all. He just steps right in, takes what he wants, and walks away.
leaves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And normally I I feel like I probably would just maybe leave it alone, and because he's so big, and I don't want to cause problems. But with the Queen has wanting more than what we've been producing lately, and I'm worried that as much as he's been taking, I don't know how long we can keep up supplying the military and keeping him fed.
I understand. If you don't mind, I would like to look around where he's been and kind of the area he's coming from. Is there a certain place he's been here lately?
Yeah, sure, most certainly. And if you'll follow me, I'll be happy to show you. And so he
Okay.
kind of leads you kind of towards the northern edge, kind of border of the ranch land, where it, basically towards the fence line, and then shortly beyond that, it begins to kind of break down into some wooded area beyond. You can kind of, where he kind of leads you to, you begin seeing just these giant footsteps that they are about, the foot itself is probably 3 feet long by about 2.5 feet wide. Footsteps, they look like bare, almost humanoid, they look like human footprints, like bare human footprints. You see trees that have been kind of knocked over
Okay.
in several places, like where he's just kind of pushed them out of his way as he's kind of cleared himself a path that just kind of leads off into the woods. And he goes, I mean, whenever he gets hungry, he just comes right through there and steps right over the fence right here. You can see there's just 2 step marks on either side of the fence. He just clears it without it. And the fence itself is probably a good 6 foot high fence, and he just steps over it. And he scoops up a couple cattle, and then turns around and walks off.
Okay.
So,
So I will head this way and see if I can find him. Does he come at day, night, any time?
The last time he came was about mid-afternoon.
Okay.
But he's come at night one time. He came early morning one time.
So it
He
does
doesn't
not
have
matter.
It
There's
doesn't
no
really
schedule.
matter. I think it's whenever he's hungry, he comes and gets whatever he wants and takes what he wants. So.
I see. All right. I will do my best, Mr. Connor.
Well,
And I'll start heading towards the fence.
he goes, thank you, ma'am. I didn't catch your name.
Candara.
Candara. Please be careful. I would hate for anything to happen to you, just on account of us. But I appreciate you in this matter. Thank you so much.
No worry.
And so, it's one of those kind of just fences that has the post that kind of runs sides, but you can step through it easy enough. You step through the fence and begin making your way into the forest, and it's a fairly clear path to follow, as there are just trees, like
Just knocked over.
broken and knocked over. Some scattered out to the side. Looks like they were pushed and bent, like they're uprooted at one point. Like some of them are just like been pushed over, and the roots are standing up out of the ground. It looks like one was just like flattened down and just like straight down in front of it. You can see the footprint almost like around it, where it looks like he just stepped on it and pushed it out of the way. As you begin following this path into the woods. You follow this for 45 minutes to an hour into these woods, kind of going deeper and deeper. Like I said, he is not hard to follow, as things in his way tend to get thrown aside and pushed aside. It's not long before you hear the sounds of just this loud kind of rumbling from, it sounds like a truck engine or something at this point, like for us, like that's almost what it sounds like, but it's coming from about 60 or 70 feet off in the distance from me now.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do?
But I can't see anything. I can
No.
just hear it.
You just hear it off through the trees.
I'm going to try to get as close as I can. I want to be able to try to at least visualize what this is.
Okay.
And, you know, before I just go in there and start.
Sure. Roll me a stealth check. With advantage, because it's sleeping.
Oh. A 10.
Okay. All right. As you begin to kind of slink your way as stealthily as a armor-clad paladin can, you get kind of weaving through the trees that are turned over and knocked over. As you kind of step over one of them and step down on a twig, goes. You hear the baby go. The snoring continues. As you begin to kind of slink a little closer, and you can see a area where instead of being kind of pushed out the trees now, there you see like all of these roots are like looking kind of at you. It looks like all these trees have been pushed in together.
Okay.
And then kind of laying where the face will be kind of facing towards the direction you're coming, with his head resting on some of those upturned roots and dirt, is a large sleeping individual. And basically just like this leather loincloth, a large wooden club next to him, and one single large eye in the center of his forehead, apparently closed and slumbering.
This is a Cyclops. Okay. What? I don't know what Candara knows about them. Can I roll for knowledge of them?
Sure.
What would that be?
Knowledge, history?
Okay. Wow, she knows nothing. It's a 3.
They are really big guys with one eye.
Okay, so the area is just him. Bunch of trees turned over. It's just him there. There's no.
You see also
other camping. Any other. Cyclopses or whatever.
You see, like occasionally, you'll see some bones all stacked up, kind of over in a pile. A little bit of flesh still hanging from them. Certain it's probably cow bones by the size of them. Some of them, like the femurs and stuff, are still like chewed in half. What would you like to do, Candara?
This is hard. She's trying to be nice and trying to do, not just kill everything. But 2 seconds. Oh, this is hard. He wouldn't be considered speaking with animals, would he?
No. No, he wouldn't.
I don't think so.
What languages do you speak?
I speak like Dwarvish and Elf and Celestial and Common.
Cool.
I'm assuming that does not count Cyclopses. I would think as Candara, because he's a monster.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to communicate with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because she is trying to turn over a new leaf, and she's trying to do the right thing by people, I'm going to try to wake him up and communicate with him and see if there's a way to do this.
Okay.
I think this is a very bad idea, but that's what she's going to try to do.
I'm all ears. So what are you doing?
Okay, so she's going to walk up.
Okay.
A giant? Excuse me, giant?
As you call out, you hear the as he kind of begins to stir, and he sits up real quick.
Oh.
The one eye kind of blinking open, rolling around a second before it focuses in on you, and it kind of squints down and looks at you.
Do you speak common, my friend? Friend?
Nuwasaka or Niwa.
That's the same.
He kind of begins to sit up and stand up a little bit, stretching. Picks up his club and looks at you. Donzabora.
Okay. I'm gonna point at the bones and go, bad. Very bad.
He kind of looks over where you're pointing. He goes,
No. No, bad. Very bad. Nope.
There's a no.
Shit. Where did I speak?
How do any of those things you speak?
No. Okay, hang on.
He's gonna kind of lean down a little bit closer to you, like his face closer to you.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna go. As he does that, he kind of licks his lips a little bit.
No, very bad. So he's looking hungry at me? He's looking hungry at me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing. I have no way to communicate with him. This sucks. A lot.
Standing up. How far did you get towards Mr. Giant Man?
Like that. That's good.
About 15 feet away from him.
So, command. So let us know if he doesn't understand your language. Never mind. I'm going to point like the other way and be like, go.
Kind of looks.
You go.
Kind of narrows at you. Because you pointed at him and then pointed out. He goes,
yes.
Looks down, picks up his club, rolls an initiative.
Damn it, Candara. 12.
Okay. What is your dex mod? Or what's your full overall dex?
My overall dex is 14.
You go first, because he also rolled a 12.
Oh, yay, me. Alright. Well, the fact I'm trying so hard to be good, it is just like blowing up in my face, so I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And run in and swing at him with my great axe.
Okay.
What is that? 13 hit?
13? Just misses. As you go swing, he kind of jumps back. He's gonna, as your axe swings out, he just jumps back real quick and then swings down with his great club, unless you have another action.
No.
Okay. That's cocked. Plus 9, 16 to hit. Okay. And his second attack will be 21 to hit.
That does hit. I have a reaction when you're done.
Okay. So 18 points of damage, halved to 9, because you're raging.
Alright. And when he hits me, when it erupt with fire and with hellish rebuke. And he needs to do a dex save.
That would be a solid 5.
That he, believe it or not, he fails.
Weird.
13 points of damage.
Okay. Not bad. As he slams his great club into your shoulder, you feel the heavy impact of it. As you do, the fire just erupts out from you, slamming into his chest. And he roars in pain as you leave a singe mark across his chest. Okay, brings us to your turn, Candara.
Okay. Candara again is... Oh, nope. I'm going to... swing 18?
Hits.
Yay! Sorry, I got the wrong dice here. Where are you? There you are. Nice. 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to dump some smite.
Okay.
Into that. And, he's not a fiend.
No.
Didn't figure, but you know. Always be asking.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a higher level smite.
Okay.
I can get to reroll these because of my feet. Better. 16 points of damage.
Wow, okay. So this time as you explode that fire and then take your great axe and just slam it right into the side of his knee, and it erupts with that radiant energy. You hear him just roar in pain as that strike hurt him quite a lot. As he lashes out with his great club. First one is a 14 to hit, and the second one is an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. So you will take. I'm just going to blow this on here. Okay, so it's 8, 10, 16 points of damage halved to 8. It is your turn.
All right. I'm going to go after him again. My great axe. Kind of my thing. My God. 15?
Hits.
Nice. All right. Get to reroll that. Much better. 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And of course, smite.
Okay.
With another 12 points of damage.
Jeez, okay. This time, as he smashes you again on the other side, this time with that great club, you actually use the momentum to turn back around and swing, slicing across his gut as the radiant energy explodes and blood begins pouring from the wound as he begins to look bloodied at that point. So he's going to attack you with his great club. First one is a 26 to hit. And the second one is going to be a 17.
No.
Okay.
Just a few dice there.
10, 13. So 19 points of damage halved to
8.
9.
9, sorry.
Yeah, 9.
That's what I put.
Yeah.
There.
As he first one swings out and you kind of dodge out of the way, and he picks it up and backhands you like right in the chest with it. It's your turn.
I'm coming again.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. Okay, never mind. That is going to be 20.
Yes.
Something hits.
Yeah, 20-something will hit.
Sorry.
Was it a natural 20 or just
No,
over
no,
20?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, 27.
Yeah, that hits.
No, it's not a natural 20. I couldn't remember if it was Candara or another character I had that 19s and 20s were crits.
Oh.
But
yeah.
it's not on Candara.
There's a no.
16 points of damage.
Okay. Jeez,
My damage dice are rolling really high.
nice. You're hitting really hard. Welcome back, Candara.
But I'm out of smite.
Okay. This time as you bring down like a big, heavy overhead slash, this time leaving a big crease right down the center of his gut, this time intersecting the other one.
Yeah.
You're actually beginning to see a little bit of intestine poking out. That hurt. I'll bring it to him. That will be a 19 to hit. and an 11 to hit.
19.
Okay. 20 points of damage halved to 10. It's your turn.
Going again.
All right.
16.
Hits.
Reroll. 8 points of damage that time.
Okay. As he's looking visibly tired, he brings his hand back up and slams down.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of bring your hand up to block it, and as you do, you slash out, this time cutting across his bicep. He kind of roars in pain. He's going to come back and try to hit you again. First one's going to be a 13 to hit, and then that was 17 to hit.
Mm-mm.
So this time, as his hand is hurting, he brings it down, and it slowed it down just enough you're able to dodge out of the first one, and it just barely misses you, slamming down in front of you. So this time he picks it up, and you've seen him do it before. He tries to smack you, you roll underneath it, coming up with your axe, ready to strike. Bring it to your turn.
That will be 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That one will be 11 points.
Okay. As this time you roll through underneath, coming back up and slashing, this time down the backside of his hamstring. He falls down to one knee before standing back up, roaring angrily in some language you don't understand. Pretty sure that was a curse word, though.
Pretty sure you called me a bad word.
That's cocked. 19 to hit.
That hits.
And 15? That's pretty good. 16.
It's never good when your head goes,
That's pretty good. So halved will be 14 points of damage.
Oh.
It was like 29 points of damage halved before I
Nice.
had it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, brings us to your turn. As after you hamstring him, the first one misses as he comes back high, and you roll under again, but this time as he brings it back up, it slams you right in the back, like sending you flying a few feet before you roll back up onto your feet.
Okay. I'm going to heal myself.
Okay.
Everything, my whole pool.
Okay.
That's my action.
Okay. So his turn.
Mm-hmm.
16 to hit.
That's my head.
And cocked again. I was getting cocked. And 14? No. 15 to hit.
Nope.
As he begins swinging wildly enraged at you.
Go ahead. That would be a 26.
Yeah, that'll hit.
10 points damage.
As he's swinging wildly, slamming into the ground on both sides, you see him bring his arm up and bring it slamming down. As he does, you slash, like, bring your axe up to actually block it, but instead you slam your axe right into his forearm, digging deep into the bone as he shrieks in anger. He tries to push through it, and he can't. He has to pull his arm back. He's going to try to hit you again. 3. That's 12. And that is 20 something. 23. 9, 15, half to 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Shit rolls for damage. Bring it to your turn.
Gonna come at him again. With 25.
That also will hit.
12 points of damage.
Okay. As he rears in pain from that, and the first hit missing you completely, rears back, and as he hits you with that second one, as it's knocking you back, you just slash down across his like his shoulder and neck area as he's kind of bent down, This large, just pumping vessel of blood begins as he kind of falls to one knee, and then puts his club down and stands back up, breathing very heavy and looking heavily bloodied.
Okay.
Brings it to his turn. That's a 14 to hit.
No.
And a 12 to hit. It was a 9 and rolled to a 3, so I think the 9 would have hit.
At 20.
Natural 20? Okay. Roll your damage.
Okay, so I rolled a 2.
Uh-huh.
Double to 4. Plus my 5 is 9.
Okay.
Way to waste a nat 20.
You're a great weapons master, right?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I am. Thank you. Thank you, DM.
Everybody gets 1.
Okay, a little bit better. 4, double to 8, plus my 5. So, 13.
Either one, by the way, was enough.
Oh, to kill him?
How do you want to do it?
Oh, okay, so he's like, was he down on one knee, you said?
He'd gone down to one knee last time. He had stood up and he had tried to attack you and missed both times. And as he did, the second one, he kind of, boom, fell back down to one knee and was having a hard time beginning to try to stand up, pushing off with his club again, standing back up to his feet at this point.
I just want to take my axe with both hands and just chop off his head.
Cool. So as he's down on both knees after swinging, he puts both hands on his club and begins to rise. And as he does, you take your axe and double hand over motion, clean through, axe slamming into the dirt, the blood streaming through the air as that giant cyclops head spins off as the body kind of still continues to rise for a minute before faltering and falling onto the ground, lifeless.
He did.
He is dead.
Okay. I seriously doubt there is, but I'm just going to take a quick look around, see if there's anything here, value.
Sure.
Or something that I could use.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Okay. Another nat 20.
Really?
To find bones, which equals a total of 24.
Okay.
You want to see it? I know that's really crazy for me.
It's really weird. That's crazy though. Huh? Where'd you go? I'm impressed. As you've kind of been looking through his campsite, not a lot of stuff here. There's, like I said, there's a lot of bones.
Right.
There is just like bits and pieces of like some sort of gore kind of left over. But as you kind of begin looking around, you actually notice that he has on him a almost like a giant-sized fanny pack. As you kind of begin rummaging through that, though, you do find that he actually has a few things kind of stuffed in there.
What does he have?
They're very weird, kind of just a strange accoutrement of stuff, like stuffed
that
in.
a cyclops would like.
So, like, one of the things is like it's like a statue.
Okay.
It looks like it's carved out of bones.
Okay.
It might actually be ivory as you kind of begin looking at it. No, it's
Is it a statue of like a person?
Yeah, it is. It looks like it's some sort of religious kind of looking statue. Probably not the Cyclops's. Probably something he's taken from somewhere.
That was.
Yeah,
pretty.
it's a very busty female woman.
I gotcha.
I mean, you can roll a religion check if you want to see if you can figure out who it is.
Let's see. Plus. Come on, Paladin. 16.
Yes, you're a paladin. You know about religion.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize this as the
Busty lasses.
goddess of spring, Roland Gif. You find for you, it's a very large, kind of copper chalice. Like, it's very gaudy and like it's like you have to hold it with like two hands, and it smells awful on the inside. Like, but he has taken this large copper-looking chalice with like these little silver filigrees all over it.
Would it be worth anything? Is copper worth anything here?
Yeah. I mean, it's if gold monetarily valued. If you were to sell it, it's like 25 gold worth.
Oh, I'm taking it.
Yeah. By the way, the ivory statue is worth about 250 gold.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Do you want just the gold worth that you find in there, or do you want to know what's actually in there?
I mean, is there anything cool in there? Or is it just goofy stuff?
It's there's a lot of just goofy stuff in there that that he has because he's weird. He has a golden bird cage in there, and there's like this one feather in there still that's in there.
It's a bird.
No bird, just a golden bird cage and this feather.
Is it okay? Is it like that's it?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I needed to. With a nat 20, the feather, although being in this dingy, dirty sack, looks remarkably clean.
Oh, something special about the cage. Do I need to do an Arcana check on it?
Sure.
Or limited knowledge of that?
Sure.
Three.
This is the most magical cage. No telling what it is.
Oh my gosh. I have to take this to the Angry Wisp or whatever. That guy.
Okay.
Alright.
For just monetarily sake. You know what? We'll let you figure that out when you get there.
Okay.
And then the last thing that you find in his bag that seems to be of any value is actually this as you're kind of rummaging around, you actually kind of reach in there and you feel something hard and kind of clink before feeling around, and you pull out it looks like a greatsword.
Oh. Okay. Just a regular greatsword. Alright, cool. So I take those things. How heavy is this head?
I mean, it's pretty heavy.
Can I carry it back?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean,
that's what I'm.
It's I mean, it's probably 100 pounds for the head, but you're a big, strong girl. 100 pounds is not much to you.
Okay.
Roll me a strength check just for fun. Let's see.
Yeah,
Strength athletics. See how you fare.
Let's have another idea if that doesn't work. 15.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay. Alright, so I take the severed head and I start headed back to the farm.
Okay. And you kind of begin dragging the head. Just I figure you grab it by the hair. Just begin dragging along, so it's kind of boom, 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 over the roots and logs and everything, before eventually arriving back at Connor's farm. As you get to the fence, you kind of heave it and throw it over. The cow's going moving away. Some of the hands are like as you kind of make your way through and begin dragging it towards the farmhouse. Lane sees you approaching with the head. He goes, well, you weren't lying when you said you was an expert in taking care of things.
Yes, he should not be bothering you no more. And it looked like he was by himself, so.
Well, I appreciate this greatly.
Oh. Do you mind giving me like a piece of paper or a token or something saying that I did this so I can take it to the guard? I don't have to take the head into town. Or do you think they want the head?
You know what? I would be happy to get you a letter. Would you do me the favor of, though, possibly at least carrying the head somewhere?
Can you put it back over the fence?
Sure. Would you back in the forest, perhaps? It's not. It doesn't have to be just right out all the way back where it was, but.
But yes.
Yes, but yeah.
I'll throw it back over there. I'll go back out.
Okay, yeah. He'll give you a piece of paper signed by him saying that you have completed the deed.
Wonderful. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. You've done us a great service. We appreciate it greatly.
That's no problem. All right. Thank you, Master Connor. We'll be off.
Thank you, Mrs. Candara. You have my eternal gratitude. You be safe in your travels. So, you begin making your way back. A little banged and bruised up, but
yes,
all together, victorious. Making your way back towards town. Takes you a few hours to get back. Takes you longer to get back than it did to get there because you're a little banged up, a little worse for wear. As you come back, though, it's early afternoon. By this time, Lawrence is perked up as he sees you coming, all disheveled, like blood kind of matted in your stark white hair, kind of off to one side, scrapes and bruises and whatnot. He goes, oh, you're back already. Did it go well?
Oh, very good. Yes. I killed it. It was a Cyclops. I don't know much about those. Do you? He had one eye. He was big. I couldn't understand him.
It's amazing. Wow, and you, by yourself, killed it.
I killed it. Yes. All he had was a big club. I felt kind of bad. But I cut his head off. He was taking cows. Those were going to the army. I had to do it.
Oh, no, yeah, no, you most definitely did the right thing. Wow. That's, you're very impressive.
Oh. Are they hard to kill?
Yeah.
Oh.
They are indeed.
I don't know much. Luckily, Lane Connor of Connor Farms gave me a seal as proof, give me the paper, as proof that I killed it so I didn't have to bring the head back. So, who do I talk to about this?
Give me just a few minutes. I'll go verify everything and...
Oh, you can help me, Larry?
Sure, yeah, I'd be happy to. That's incredible. He's kind of a Cyclops as he's just walking off, kind of mumbling to himself with the piece of paper you gave him. Takes about 10 or so minutes. You kind of standing out there outside the gate. Before Larry kind of comes back. He just kind of hands you this large purse of gold. He goes, I've never carried this much gold in my life. So, congratulations.
Oh.
And, wow. It's really impressive. But, anyways,
Okay then. Bye, Larry.
I'm so glad I got your autograph.
So that was 2,000, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as the pieces that she got, the plain greatsword, the or the statue,
Mm-hmm.
and the chalice.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just do it? Do I need to? You want me to act selling those out, or can we just take the monetary value of those?
Let's roll. Because are you taking the bird cage and stuff to
I was gonna take it to
the Angry Wisp?
the Angry Wisp
Okay.
and ask what's his face about it and try to sell it to him. Because I feel like all I know is it's magical, and he's the only person I know that's magical.
Mm-hmm. So.
Where is he? There he is. Yeah, the Angry Wisp. To old Thorn Gauge. Oh, he buy all of it?
I mean, yeah, he probably would. I don't know if he'd buy all of it, but I was just trying to think. Because you rolled a natural 20 on your investigation and stuff. The great sword seems
It's more than a great sword.
It's more than just a plain great sword.
Okay. Alright. How about this then? I will take the great sword in the cage to him.
Okay.
And I will, on the way there, sell the other two at a vendor booth or something.
Okay.
So I can just get the monetary
Sure,
value
yeah.
for those.
Mm-hmm.
So if I remember correctly, it was
$250 for the statue,
mm-hmm.
and I believe $25 for the
$250
for the chalice.
and $25.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty. And so I make my way there.
Okay.
See Thorn Gauge.
Takes about an hour and a half to get to the Angry Wisp before you're met with the familiar bronze dragon with a well, hello there. It's a good to see you again, Candace.
Yes, it's wonderful to see. Questions? I need to buy things and then I will leave.
Sure. What
Make this quick.
Sure. What can I do for you?
And I show him the birdcage and the sword.
Okay.
I can tell they are magical, but I don't know what they are.
Let me just give me a few minutes here, and I'll tell you what they are. First, it takes about 10 minutes.
It takes so long.
Drawing runes out on the birdcage. He goes, the birdcage appears to be a birdcage.
Can I insight him?
Sure.
That will be a 22.
He appears to be telling the truth.
Are you sure, Thorn Gauge? Are you very bad all of a sudden?
No.
Look how clean it is. I found this in like a pile of trash. Look how clean the feather is.
No, the feather is remarkably clean. Very interesting.
Well, you want to look at the feather now for 10 minutes.
10 more minutes. Well, very interesting indeed. Yes. This here feather is what known as a quartz feather token of the bird, as one might call it. Very interesting indeed.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, you can toss it up into the air and it summons a large bird.
Like to fight things, or to fly on, or to look at, or to what?
I would assume yes.
Oh,
I would pay quite a bit for this, actually. These are very rare.
oh, really?
Yes, actually, quite.
How much?
I would say $3,000 for this. 3,000 gold pieces for this.
Look at the other thing too. I take the photo back.
Well, okay, well, sure. Takes down, looks over for a minute. Yeah, it's a, magical greatsword. They're just known as the fairly common ones, known as frostbrands.
Oh, so like it hits you and it makes you.
Yes, well, it deals a little bit of extra ice damage to whatever it hits. Also, whoever's wielding it is a bit more resistant to fire damage coming in.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it does an extra 1d6 of cold damage to whenever you hit something,
Mm-hmm.
and you are resistant to fire damage while holding it.
And how much is this?
For this one, 500 gold.
Okay. So, for the bird thing, like, could that be something? This is like something that she could get on and like rides to places.
It can carry up to 500 pounds while flying.
Okay. And you have control of the bird?
So you can use an action to toss it into the air.
Mm-hmm.
It disappears, and an enormous multicolored bird takes its place. The bird has the statistics of a rock, an ROC. But it obeys your simple commands. Oh, it can't attack.
It can't?
It cannot attack.
Okay.
But it can carry up to 500 pounds while flying. It has a maximum speed of 16 miles an hour for a maximum of 144 miles per day.
Okay, and can you use it multiple times, or is it a one-time thing?
The bird disappears after flying its maximum distance for a day, or if it drops to 0 points, and you can disappear. You can basically use it once per day. That's what it looks like.
Okay. Give me a second
Hold
on this.
And make sure it doesn't just disappear completely after it flies its maximum distance.
It makes a big difference.
Okay, so if it flies its maximum distance for a day, or if it drops to 0 hit points, it disappears, and then you can dismiss it whenever. But that's it. Once you use it, you've got a giant bird following you around until you dismiss it. It's basically a giant bird pet.
Okay, so it flies its maximum speed.
If you go up to 144 miles in one day,
Mm-hmm.
it will disappear.
And then I can never use it again.
Mm.
I'm gonna hang on to that for now.
Okay.
And the Frostband Greatsword, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hold on to that.
Okay.
Hang on, I might hold on to that. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna sell this what the I think I will keep this sword. This is a good sword.
I mean,
It's okay.
yes,
I think
of
it
course.
is better than this sword, and I'll show him my great sword +1.
Yes, well, it isn't debatable, really. Yes. One of them, these are that, really. One does a little bit more damage, one helps you to be more effective in your fighting, really.
How much would you pay for the great sword +1?
Probably about the same amount, 500 gold.
Okay. So, would you like this one?
Sure, I guess so.
Okay, so I'll sell him that.
Okay.
The gold cage.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like this cage? It's golden. It's pretty.
Yes, sure. Why not?
How much do you want for it?
It's worth 250. I'll give you the 250 gold for it.
The 250. So 250 and then 700.
500, so it'll be total of 750.
Okay, cool. Alright, awesome. You know what, Thorngate, you're not too bad.
I like to think so.
Alright. I'm gonna take the feather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tie it in my hair.
Okay.
And I'm going to hang on to this. I might come back though. And but while I'm here, I have
Yes.
a couple of questions to ask of you.
Of course, yes.
One. Sorry. It's on silent. I don't know what happened. I'm joking. I need a way to communicate. Have someone get me a message. It can be relatively simple, one-time message. Do you have something magical like that?
Oh, well, kind of walks over to the shelf and you see these 2 stones, and they're carved to look like little heads or faces. These here would probably do what you're looking for, probably. What you do is you keep one of these and then you give one of these to someone else who you wish to communicate with across long distances. Then you can send a message from it to the person who has the stone.
I see. I understand. How much for this?
Well, for these, it would be about 500 gold pieces.
500 gold pieces for one message?
No, these can be used every day, once per day.
Oh. There's nothing simpler than this.
Well, yes. What I could do is I pulls out a piece of paper because I could give you this.
Okay.
It is basically a scroll of sending.
Okay.
It is a one-time use. It would be 300 gold pieces.
Okay. 300 and it's a one-time use. Anyone can use it?
Anyone.
And on the rocks, can you talk back and forth?
Yes, as long as it's 25 words or less. Same with the scroll.
Oh, the scroll. You can
also, when you send a message, you can also, the person who receives it can...
but that's it.
Yes.
No more after that.
Yes, it's a one time. So when someone sends you a message, you can reply to a message, but it has to be 25 words or less. The stones, you can do that once per day.
500 gold for the stones?
Long distance communication. There is no limit to how far you can go and still use these.
Okay. I also need to be able to find something very specific, and very simple. My magic is not used in that way, so nothing too fancy.
Okay, let's see here. You're looking to find something then.
Yes.
I see. Animal, plant, creature, or object.
I guess it would be a creature.
Well,
It used to be a creature.
when you say used to be a creature, what,
I need to find somebody's bones.
And he goes off and comes back and he goes, I think that this will work, fairly certain. This is a locate object spell.
Okay.
When you cast it, think about not so much the person, but a part of maybe the person, like an object of their, or like their skull, like you're looking for the skull of said person.
And now I've never seen the skull. Will that be a problem?
Have you been close to it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming you've seen the exterior part of the skull, at least, the face, the head. You don't have to know.
Well, I have, but I may not remember exactly what it looks like.
As long as you've at least seen it up close, it should work.
And how much for this?
This one, 200 gold.
Okay.
If you prefer the locate creature one, it is 400 gold. It's a bit higher incantation, but presumably it would possibly still work. I don't know how well it works on the undead. I've never particularly tried it before, but I mean, you're welcome.
Would you think this this locate object will work?
Yes, I think so. You have to be within about 1,000 feet of it.
Okay. Well, I know kind of the area that it's in, so that should not be a problem.
As long as you know, as long as you're kind of in the general area, or if you can get within it at 1,000 feet of it, it will lead you directly to it. The locate creature is a bit more finicky. If your direct path is blocked to it, say if it were buried underground, you might have a bit of a problem.
Let's go with the object, then. So that one, plus the stones. So a total of 700.
50 gold, yes.
750.
I'm sorry, 700 gold, yes.
Thorngage. We're doing good business here today.
Yes. Sorry, I paid you 700.
Why are
I
you
paid
trying
you.
to swindle me,
I'm sorry.
Thorngage?
So many numbers being thrown. I paid you 750, and you will pay me 700 gold. So here's 50 gold.
I don't know about you now, Thorngage. Okay.
It's thorn gauge, by the way. Goodness.
When you learn my name, I will learn yours. And I'll take my stuff and I'll walk out the door.
Okay, cool. So now you have.
So I have the stones.
Sending stones and a locate object scroll.
Beautiful. And I have my that
Feather of Quall.
feather of what?
Quall.
Quall.
Yeah. Quall.
Okay, cool.
And your Frostbrand greatsword.
Oh my, okay. So a Quall's feather token. There's a lot of things.
You have bird.
Okay. Cool. And then, okay, cool. Sorry, I'm trying to get all this stuff off here. Sorry. Okay, I can do that. I got everything to the point I need to.
All right.
Okay, so, what time of day is it?
After venturing over here, you're looking at about mid-afternoon, mid to late afternoon, about probably 4:30ish.
Okay. I'm going to go to the Angry Wisp and see Reggie.
That's the anxious mall.
That's what I meant.
Yep.
Sorry.
Angry Wisp, you just left.
I did not going back there to see him. Not like last time when I kept walking in and out.
Goodness, good.
Nope.
There she goes again.
Not doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the Anxious Mall.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go see Reggie, get some food, take a bath because I'm still covered in blood, and have a long rest.
Okay. So you begin making your way through the city. It's not too far from the Angry Wisp to the Anxious Maw. It takes you about 30 minutes or so, I think, before you kind of get there. As you kind of open the doors, it's not real busy yet. There's a few of the usuals that are kind of there all the time.
The
sitting
goblins
around.
in the corner.
Yeah, the goblins in the corner, so just sitting around.
Yeah.
They don't do much. They like to drink and argue. As Reggie finished kind of serving a customer, he, in his full orc persona, carrying a tray of glasses, turns around and sees you. And he just kind of drops the tray.
Oh, no.
And it just like clatters on the floor, and he's like,
I'm so sorry, Reggie.
He's kind of walks past the bar over to you and kind of clasps your hands. And, Mr. Candara, is that really you?
Yes.
You can just kind of see a tear kind of well up in his eyes.
Oh, Reggie, no.
And Miss Candara, Dalen and them were in here, and he kind of shakes his head. He goes, they had told me that you had perished and that you were gone, and I'm just so happy. I'm happy to see you. I was heartbroken that you were gone. I'm so happy to see you. Please come. You look terrible, but please come in.
No, I am sorry. I am.
I'm sorry. You just missed them by about a day. They just left.
No,
they would be
that's
so
okay.
happy to see you, I'm sure, but
I
they left on pretty important business with some other orc fella that was interesting. But yeah. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you alive.
No, Reggie. It's a long story, and maybe it was good that I did not run into my friends. But as you can see, I have had a rough day. I've been off killing cyclopses to protect farms, and I need a meal and a bath and a bed.
Well, you still have your bed here, ma'am, and it is yours as long as you like it. So, I'm just so happy to see you. Yes, no, for sure. You go on ahead and get cleaned up. I'll have your meal ready for you. So you go off and have you a nice hot bath, get cleaned up, and get the blood out of your hair, and start to kind of feel a little more human again. As you come back to your room, sitting on the bed is a tray with a large plate of food, what looks to be some sort of mashed potatoes with freshly melted cheese in it, a fresh plate of what looks like some sort of fresh leafy vegetables, a large, perfectly seared steak, and a big glass of wine and a bottle.
Awesome. I will gorge myself and I'll go to bed.
We'll take a quick break.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys back here in just a minute. And we'll be right back. Okay. All right, hey guys, welcome back. Well, let's jump right back into it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as you wake up the next
Yes.
morning, feeling much more well rested, wounds healed up, got your long rest in, fresh and ready to go for the day. What would you like to do this morning?
I still gotta make some more money. So I guess okay. I'm gonna go down, talk to Reggie real quick.
Okay. As you come down the stairs, he's already up making breakfast and working on stuff. Well, good morning. You look a lot better this morning.
Oh, Reggie, I love this place. Your food is so good. The wine was amazing. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're all right.
Speaking of my friends, and I know that they went somewhere. Do you know where they went?
I'm a bit fuzzy on the specifics of it all, but from my understanding, the fancy orc fella was taking them magically to the capital city of Adamant, and then from there, I believe they were...
To Adamant?
Yes. They were going to meet, I believe, the queen, they said.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I'm a bit fuzzy on all the specific. I just kind of overheard a little bit of this and that. And then I believe from there they had said they were going into battle, into the front lines. I'm not 100% sure what.
The vampire war?
Yes.
Okay. Reggie, I have my own mission I have to do. I'm positive that they will make their way back here. I mean, this is the best hospitality. Will you do me a favor?
Anything.
If you see my friends or hear anything about them, like where they are or what's going on, will you use this rock? And I'll show them the rock.
Okay.
And I have the other one. And you can send me a message. And you just tell me if they're here or if you hear they're somewhere. Or if I need to send you a message to tell them, I can do that as well.
Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to do that for you. It's the least I could do after y'all got me this wonderful hat. So.
You look very handsome, by the way.
Stands up a little bit straighter. Well, thank you very much.
You have so much confidence. You look so good.
Thank you. But yes, I would be happy to do that for you. So, sure, yeah.
Okay. Things we did not leave on good terms, Reggie. So I would appreciate it if maybe I don't know. I mean, just I want to be able to talk to them and to make amends.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So, are you saying I shouldn't tell them you've been here? Or...
You can, if, I mean, I don't think that would surprise them.
Should I not? I guess I shouldn't tell them about you looking for
Let's
them?
not tell them about the rocks. How about that?
Sure, you know what? I understand sometimes friendships can definitely get a bit tense. And so, if you need some time or whatever to you're making amends and doing things, I can respect that. And just between you and me, Dalen wasn't really his usual self either when he was here last. He seemed to be a bit down in the dumps. He seemed a bit mopey. He was not his usual self. I don't know what happened between y'all or anything like that. That's not my place. But I could tell something was bothering him. He seemed upset and not his normal self. So I wish you best of luck in all your future endeavors, and I'm glad I got a way to just kind of keep tabs with you. That's good.
Well, thank you, Reggie. I know I could count on you. Thank you for understanding.
Of course, of course.
I'm gonna give him a big hug.
He hugs you back.
Now I'm off to, I don't know, go fight another monster.
Well, be careful and take care of yourself and come back when you can. I look forward to seeing you again.
Always. So I'm gonna go and head to the Lyceum.
Okay.
And those are so crazy right now. That's not it.
So as you kind of make your way to the Lyceum, as you walk in, there's a kind of shaggy-haired human in some robes, probably in his late 20s, kind of looks up from a book he's reading, goes, "Oh, hey, so, can I help you with something?"
Yes, I'd need to go to Maelstrom.
Sure, yeah. Kind of picks up another arcane-looking book, flips through, goes, "Yeah, I hadn't had a lot of business for that in a while, but here had some in my logbook. I remember that name. Yeah, I've got those sigils. Take me about 10 minutes to get it all set up for you, but yeah, 1,500 gold, and it's all yours."
Okay. Most expensive 10 minutes.
So he goes in there and begins drawing and setting all the runes where they need to be. Comes out after about 10 minutes. Goes, it's ready. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you so much.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Hang on.
As you kind of step into the smooth stone walls of the circular room, the door kind of slides shut, that grinding stone sound. You kind of wait for it for a second before that blue pulse of arcane energy and that sickening, falling feeling. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. You get a little queasy,
Mm-hmm.
but you manage to keep your breakfast down before that sinking, falling feeling is immediately met with this hard stone floor and the very tall, high ceiling and the sliding door as you're greeted with a storm giant guard standing before you. Yes. What can we do for you in Maelstrom?
Yes, sir. I was wondering if you could point me to where I could find Prince Ethos, and I'll show him the little symbol thing that Ethos gave us.
As soon as you pull it out, he goes, "Oh, I'm very sorry. My apologies. Yes, of course. One moment, please. Right this way."
Oh.
And he kind of leads you out to the front, and he to the basically right for the front door, and he goes, "Oh, wait right here." And he kind of runs back to the back for a second and comes back and closes this big heavy door behind him and hangs a little sign that says, "We'll be right back" on it. He goes, yes, please follow me. He kind of begins leading you through the city streets of Maelstrom. As you're kind of walking through the city, bustling with giants going about their day, as you're kind of looking around, though, the street is lit with a kind of this warm amber kind of glow by these arcane lights that hang from above head that seem to be coming from these like crystals that seem to float in the air. And as you're kind of looking up at them, you realize as you're looking past, you're staring off into this black, just abyssal space around you in all directions of the sky. And then as you're kind of looking, you see swimming above you in the sky. First, you can't really make out what it is, and as you're like looking closer, it's some sort of reptilian-looking sea monster.
Oh God.
It is, massive, several hundreds of feet long, but still a tiny speck compared to the giant city that you're in, swimming above you through the sky, and then kind of disappears off into the blackness.
Do those monsters not bug your turtle ever?
No, those that's a mere speck compared to him. It's like a minnow bothering a shark.
That is crazy.
But it continues to lead you forward.
Crazy. Scary.
So you travel forward through this beautiful city before eventually arriving at the giant coral castle. You're led up the alabaster steps. The palace guards, he kind of acknowledges them. He goes, he's right through here if you...
Oh, okay. Thank you. I won't be... I didn't realize he was in the castle. I don't want to be interrupting or...
Oh, no, not at all.
Anything.
You carry his seal. It is customary for us to take anyone carrying that directly to him if asked.
Oh,
so.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
One of the guards just kind of nods and kind of gestures for you to follow him, and he kind of turns silently and begins walking. As you walk through the gates, the front palace doors open to these giant, almost looks like they're carved from solid marble. And as they open, they look to be about 6 foot thick, just solid marble carved doors, and slide open just effortlessly with gold ingrained and laid in them. As you look up at the giant hanging chandelier in the central gathering place, you see these giant diamonds set inside of these settings of the chandelier, unlike any diamonds you've ever seen in any other realm or place you've ever been. They're magnificent, glow with this almost ethereal kind of energy to them. Just the grand halls and court of this palace, the giant pillars, each one like the end caps wrapped in what it looks like is pure gold. Before you're led out down a side hallway and into a bit of a courtyard, where there you see Ethos and another giant engaged in combat. And you see Ethos currently wreathed from head to toe in what looks like pure lightning.
Oh.
Lightning is coursing down like from top of his head all the way around his arms, just pulsating with pure energy. And as he moves with almost lightning-like speed, as he slashes and moves and counters and dodges, and when the giant tries to strike at him, and sometimes when it does hit him, the lightning arcs up the sword into the giant itself, causing him to wince and stutter before he finally yields and kneels. Those kind of well met, friend. It was a fun match. Maybe next time. The
Not so
giant
much
kind
fun for him.
The giant stands up. Well met. And turns and kind of storms off angrily. As he kind of turns to see you, he's kind of wiping a little sweat off his brow. Oh, it's Candara. It is good to see you.
Oh, like kind of.
Oh, please, there's no need for that.
I
I don't. After the last time I saw you and Dalen, I was unsure if I would see you again. But I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, as am I. Your palace is so amazing, so impressive. Not as impressive as you fighting, though. That is the lightning and.
Oh, yes. He kind of holds his sword up and goes. One of the benefits of my friend here.
Well, you use your friend very well.
Oh, well, thank you.
The last time you saw me and Dalen, at the fight pits?
No, I guess you wouldn't remember. Dalen, came here to retrieve you, your body. We found you here. You were at the temple.
At the temple?
Yes, you were propped up against Notador's altar, but wreathed in frost, that some sort of permanent frost that did not melt for days until after you'd left, in fact. But Dalen came, retrieved your body, and I helped him carry you to the temple there of Dekriati in Carnarvon, where he said he would have you resurrected, but he was, well, in a grave mood at that time, and said some things that happened between you, and I was not sure if I would see you again, or if him again. But I'm glad you're here. I just...
Yes, I was very confused and did some very horrible things for what I thought were the right reasons, and caused much strife through me and Dalen. And now I seek to redeem myself to him, to try to set things right, which is why I'm here. When I came back, I was saved by my goddess. I have nothing, and I need to, in order to complete my mission, to redeem myself to my friends, to my God, to try to correct some of the wrong I did. I need money. And if I remember correctly, in your fight pit, I can use my weapons.
Yes, of course.
Which is not true for every fight pit. So I was wondering if... I did not know. Last time you brought us there as a patron, I didn't know if I needed your help to do that again. And I did not know, but thank you. I had no idea that this is where my body was.
Of course. How could you? Of course, yes. I would be happy to sponsor you again for the fight pit. Whatever you would like. No problem with that. But yes, you probably would need a patron, I would suppose, not being a citizen Maelstrom officially. Even though you fought there before, they might have let you in. Sometimes it's a bit hazy on the rules with them.
I was unsure, and I did not
No,
want
of
to
course.
be disrespectful or assume.
No, not at all. And I'm happy to, as I said, I'm happy to see you. I'm happy you're here. And I'd be happy to help. So, sure, I mean, if you wish to fight in the fight pits, I would be happy to sponsor you. I mean, if money is all you require, I mean, I'd be happy to lend you some.
Oh, thank you. But I have taken so much, and I need this to be from me, that I've earned it. You understand?
I do, I understand that. Sure, of course. How much money are you in need of?
Minimum $4,000 or gold.
4,000 gold. Well, could be a hefty battle. Then you could possibly be.
It doesn't have to all be in one battle, but yes.
Well, would you be willing to fight at my side again?
I would love the chance to fight at your side. I don't. This will be a battle of equals, yes, not a. You are very generous, and I do not want to take advantage of your generosity.
Oh, no, no, not at all. There is. I've heard wind that they have rather large game, particular this at the fighting grounds, but might be even too large for me to handle by myself, for sure.
I find that hard to imagine.
There are plenty of things out there that are not meant to be handled by oneself, for sure. But perhaps as a team, we could manage this. I also need to verify if it's true, of course, but it might take me a day or so to set it up. Also, I'm a bit. I don't want to say the word spent, but what you saw was someone challenging me for my succession. Actually, happens from time to time. People, and it is completely.
They challenge you for.
Yes.
As
yes.
friends.
Yes.
Why?
We believe that to be a fit ruler, you must be willing to fight in battle and be the strongest in battle. And if someone is able to prove better than you, or more than your equal, then perhaps they should be the one to rule.
Oh.
It has always been that way. And this sword that I wield is a symbol of that line of succession. And it has been passed down through generations, through single combat, from one wielder to the next. So, every so often, someone comes to challenge for that right. But so far, it's not been too much of an issue.
That's great. That is That's noble. But, I guess iron sharpens iron. Or steel would... I don't know the saying.
But yes, but anyways, as I was saying, my friend and I, we went all out that fight, and he can only do that every so often. It tires him out greatly.
I see.
So right now he slumbers. I do not hear him speak.
Oh, so you need days to rest, is what you're saying.
Yes. It can be a few days, could be a week. It's hard to say. But he'll give me a few days. Also, I can set up and see if I can find out for sure if what I have heard is here in the city. A grin kind of crawls across his face. Then we might be in for some fun. And some glory at that.
Okay. Thank you. I am... Whatever you wish. I am very grateful for.
Please do not... you would be putting your life, of course, in danger. I mean, in our fight pit, of course, it's to the death. So...
Right, I understand.
Or it can be to the death, especially when fighting wild beasts. So, I mean, I want you to know, I appreciate you fighting next to me, and I don't take this lightly. I appreciate your joining me. Please, stay here at the palace as my guest.
Oh, no.
I insist. It is no trouble. We have 172 rooms. Most of them giant-sized, but we can make accommodations.
Okay, thank you. Sure, a closet will be fine.
He kind of chuckles. No, of course. We will make sure you have a wonderful room to stay in, and you will be treated well, fed well, pampered, all of that for the time being while I set us up a match.
I'll be very grateful. Thank you.
He goes, in fact, perhaps I should... You know what? I'm going to go now. That way I need to see for myself. Here, you know what? Go.
Should I... What?
I don't know. You can come with me if you wish, or maybe you should find your room. Which would you rather do? Do you want to come with me, or do you want to go find your room?
I would like to see what we are to fight.
Very well. Please, this way. So he kind of begins leading you through the city. So just kind of walking his way towards the fight pit.
Awesome.
Anything you want to talk about, or...
Oh, if he...
I mean, he's just very open and relaxed at this point. He's just having a good time. He's happy to have someone else here that is not a storm giant to relate to a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of get that feeling anyways. So.
I'm sorry, when you were telling me before, I didn't catch. What temple did you say you found me in?
Notador.
Notador.
That's, we went there.
The one before?
Yes. The god of storms.
Hmm. And that is the only temple that you have here on this one, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, but that is where we found you.
Okay. So what is this rumor that you say? What are we to fight?
Well, I've heard tell that we have a dragon.
A dragon?
Yes, a red dragon.
Oh my.
I know, it's exciting, is it not?
How did you find a dragon?
I have no idea. I'm not one of the ones who apprehend them, but...
It's amazing.
It is. The red ones are notoriously evil, so they have typically tend to burn villages and homes and villagers, so most of the time they are hunted and killed by heroes and, bands of troops and that of the like. But, so, he was going to be due for death anyways, so why not do it in our fight pit?
That is incredible. Have you heard of tales on the outside of the vampires' war?
No, we don't get a lot of visitors. You and your friends are the first visitors we've had in a while. I mean, we trade occasionally with certain cities and ports, but not a lot of news from that reaches back to the palace.
I was thinking of fire. It made me think of vampires for some reason. So you kill them. But yes, the country where the vampire treaty was broken, and now they're coming down. But I don't know. The idea of having a dragon breathe fire. Too bad they're evil. They wouldn't be able to be helpful.
Well, you could always go find a gold one, I suppose. Or
yes, that would be an idea.
Or what are the other ones? Brass, copper, I forget. Any of the, the metallic-y ones. They seem to be good. The gold ones I hear are hard to find. They always seem to hide around like hermits.
I'm sure they would hide. People, use their skills to armor and things like that.
I would pity the fool to try to fight a gold dragon. I hear they are quite formidable. But
it doesn't mean people don't try.
I'm sure. But anyways, so yes, a red dragon here in my city.
That is amazing.
It has been eating away at me for days, thinking someone else was going to get the chance to challenge it. But with you being here,
I hope I am helpful. We shall see.
I imagine we will do just fine. It's not long before you arrive at the fight pit. Yeah. I'll
Yes.
be right back. He's gone for about 10 or 15 minutes as you're kind of standing there. And just this large, basically open doorway. Just looks like the inside is like that kind of pearlish white. And as you look through, you can see to the inside of the Coliseum and the dirt floor and the stadium that rises up from there. It's kind of like you're looking through one of those alleyways that leads like right down into the bleacher kind of seating. Just this grand arena. That, even though that day itself was a terrible day, you can still kind of remember the energy that was in the air when that thing was filled to the brim with storm giants and just the excitement that was in the air for the Chimera fight. Before long, Athos comes back and he's like, big smile on his face. He goes, "It is indeed a red dragon. It is not as big as I had hoped.
Oh.
But
A baby?
no, it is an adult, but it is not an ancient one.
I see.
I was wanting one of the big ones. But it will do. We will be fine.
Have you ever killed a dragon before?
I have not. I'm
Well,
excited.
to be a good one to cut your teeth.
Sure. So, well, let us go eat and feast and prepare.
Okay.
They simply wait our return so that we can start preparations. They're already beginning preparations on the incantation to keep the dragon in the Colosseum once he's there. So, he won't be able to fly too far away from us, which is good. I don't want him getting away. But I told him not to limit him too much. I want him to have a fair fighting chance as well.
I'm glad you're excited.
I'm very excited.
So we go back to the castle?
Yeah.
Okay. How many days do we have to wait?
You don't know yet. You're not sure. So as you're on your way back to the castle, you let's see. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception?
Yeah.
Oh. 15?
Okay. Cool. Neat. Advantage. Plus. Does a 16 hit you?
What the heck? No.
Okay, cool. All right, neat.
What?
Sure, yeah. All right, neat.
No.
Roll initiative for me.
I'm in the castle or on
No,
the way to
you're
castle?
you're on the street.
What in the world? 11.
Neat. Okay, cool. Hold on, I gotta add Ethos to the party as well, because he's gonna have to be in this as well.
But he's... Ethos is...
What'd you say it was?
11.
11? Okay, cool. Neat. They both got natural 20s. So, they'll be up first. As you feel these long claw-like talons slash across your armor on the back, sending sparks as this demonic form rises
Oh no.
from the ground. Its head kind of twists and turns, tongue lolling out from the side. You're the one. We've been looking for you. As it begins to charge in towards you. Let's see. First one is going to be a 19 to hit, and the second one an 11 to hit.
The 19 hits.
Okay. So you take 7 points of slashing damage as it slashes across your face, leaving these 5 just like nasty scars across your, or like slashes across your face.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that Ethos draws his sword, charging forward. He's up also. They're both before you. Oh, would you like a reaction? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. I could do the hellish rebuke.
That's what I thought you were doing. You started holding your hand up. I don't know.
Well, no, that's good. But I can't yell to him. Yeah, Ethos tell him to not to do anything. The demon needs to make a dex save.
19. 20, I'm sorry. Blasted 20.
Okay, so he'll get half.
Okay.
So I rolled 10, so he'll get 5 points.
Okay. Cool. As you erupt with flame, it's kind of just around him. Ethos charging in. I'm going to do it this way because it's quicker. Storm's Heart. So a 22, 24, and a 26. All 3 of those will hit. He doesn't get the lightning damage because he is spent.
Mm-hmm.
17, 10, and 12, 27, 39 points of damage from Ethos. Just off a basic sword. Awesome. As Ethos comes through, slashing first time across its chest, second across its midsection, third time as he plunges it through to the hilt, through its stomach, and pulls it back. As this black, demonic, like ichor just begins falling out, and it like falls to the ground and like sizzles every time it hits. Bring us to your turn, Candara.
Okay. I'm gonna yell out
Mhm.
at Athos.
Mm-hmm.
This demon is for me. Save your strength, my prince. And then I will slash at it.
Okay.
16 hit?
Yes, just hits.
Okay. I get to roll both of those again. Dear God. Okay. So, 10 points of regular damage.
Okay.
And then another 3 points of ice damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to be raging.
Okay. As you slash into it with your own sword, the ice splitting across the wound as it opens up. And as it does, the blood pours out over it, melting the ice a little bit. It looks bloodied at this point. Bring us back to its turn. As you look at it...
oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Can I smite?
Sure.
Sorry, I forgot.
It's also a fiend, so you get the extra.
Oh, I get the extra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, 19 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, as the radiant energy burns and seeps into the skin as well. It hisses in pain even more. You watch as it kind of into smoke. Make a perception check. As it just kind of poof, almost Nightcrawler-esque, just poofs away.
That'd be 15.
Okay, so as it poofs away,
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden you hear right next to you. You turn up just in time to see it coming down with those talons. Because he rolled an 8 plus 7 is 15.
Oh.
So you just caught him. First one is going to be a 9, so I'm assuming that misses. The second one is an 18. I think that hits. For 7 points of damage, halved to 3. And oh wait, no, he had advantage on that first attack. No, he didn't, because you saw him. So no, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's his turn, bringing us to Ethos, who, hearing you call out, will, I guess, hold his blade because you told him not to step in. You wish to handle it yourself?
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brings it to your turn.
15 hit?
Misses.
Okay.
As you swing up to slash at him again, poof, disappears into smoke again. Make a perception check.
Nat 20 plus 2.
11. So, yeah. Poof. Same, almost same exact thing. Poofs back in behind you. So, and it's a 12 to hit. As you turn around and just block it with your sword, swiping it away. Second one is also an 11 as he splashes out again. And you dodge out of the way of this one.
Wait. No, yeah, that's a 6. So no, I don't hit.
Okay. As you swing again, and poof, it disappears again. Make a perception check.
That is 21.
I rolled a 14, so it's a 21. So he does not get advantage again. That's a 16 to hit.
Nope.
So it doesn't. So he comes down again, and you're just like, it's like poof, poof, just like disappearing into smoke and reappearing as it swings at you, and then you swing back out at it. That's a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Not for very much damage. That's 3 plus 4 is 7. Half to 3 points of damage as it kind of poofs out and reappears and just barely grazes your cheek. Bringing it back to your turn. As it goes to disappear again as you slash through the mist.
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check.
Okay. That's 9.
21 again on her. So he gets advantage on this attack. That's a 15 and a 12. As it poofs out of the way, you kind of lose track of it, but you hear the faint just and are able to move your head just slightly as it just whizzes right past your hair. And then spins around, though, with a 25 to hit.
Yes.
4, 6, 9 points of damage halved to 4. As this time it catches you. It's all going for the face and neck. Catches you kind of across the neck a little bit there. As it goes to try to poof out of the way again.
Again, I miss.
Poof.
You tried.
Perception check. That's a 26 on my end.
Oh, no.
Okay. So that's a 16 or a 16. 2 10s in a row. Come on, dice. So that doesn't work. Third 10. So that's 16. Oh, so I don't get advantage on that second one. So 16. All three. Or both hits miss. As again, he's just teleporting all around you and slashing out of these clouds of smoke. And you're just nimbly dodging out of the way and parrying his strikes, but he keeps vanishing out of the way. No, you miss as well. This time, as the hand's coming forward, you swing out to strike it, and the hand just turns to dust. He has to teleport out of the way, dodging his attack. Make a perception check. It's a 20, a soft 20 on my end.
15.
So with advantage, that's going to be an 18 or a 10. So 18 to hit. Okay. So now, so you take 18 points of damage, halved to 9 this time, as it disappears and then reappears, and its talons sink deep into like your neck shoulder region, and it's going to bring its claws down for the second strike, which is a 13. As you bring your blade up and slash up at it, causing it to miss its attack.
I missed
disappear into a cloud of smoke.
It may scratch me to death.
So make a perception check as it disappears again.
19.
So it has advantage. 20, soft 20 to hit. What's that? What's that? So it's 10, 15, 18, 20 points of damage, half to 10. And second attack misses with a 13. So yet again, this time it slashes the other side of your neck. Blood's now pouring from both kinds of areas of your neck. Your face is scratched up.
Okay. 23.
Definitely hits.
Your lord.
You see it appear above you, hands coming down, both hands sort of slash into you as you strike up with your sword.
So 13 points of regular damage, and then another 4 points of ice.
Okay. So 17 on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You done?
I'm done.
Okay. So it's his turn. Okay. He's going to disappear.
Perception?
Yep. 21 on his end.
That one.
Okay. So with advantage, it's a 12 or a 12. Both double fives.
Mm-hmm.
So those both miss. And then a 24.
There we go.
4 points plus 3, 7, half to 3 points of damage. As it kind of this time hits you right in the side, like right into the plating of your armor.
17?
Hits.
Nice. Roll both of those. Okay, so again another 13 points of regular, and then 6 points of ice. So
Okay.
19.
Okay, 19 points.
Mm-hmm.
So this time as he's teleporting around, he sticks his thumb down deep up, kind of right near your kidney section. You swing out. He disappears into smoke, and you hear him. Poof, this time he's coming down, and you just turn and stick your sword right through the center of his chest as he sinks all the way down to the hilt in the eyes. And you watch it crawl up his face, and his mouth kind of twists, and turns into smoke. Like this, a different kind of smoke this
I
time.
kill him?
Mhm.
Oh, haha. Back to hell. I don't have the sword anymore. Though. They still come for me?
Yep.
Don't know that. Anyways, okay. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
I'm unharmed. You look worse for wear than I am. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not too bad. I'm okay.
Do you mind if I ask what was that? What happened there?
Your sword, it talks to you, correct? We've talked about this before.
Yes, yes.
That you have a. It has a.
Yes,
person-
you have one.
I did. When I died, part of the curse of the sword is that if you come back, a demon will challenge you. So it just happens, and that just happened. So my sword is, but I no longer have my sword.
I see. Will this happen again, or are you?
From what I understand, no. Just it happened the one time.
I see. I'm glad you're okay. It was a very clever foe. It was very nimble.
Very frustrating.
You handled yourself well.
Well, thank you. I could not eat it, but
I
either way, he is gone now.
apologize if I stepped into your battle.
No, your instincts were good. I appreciate you. I don't want to put anyone else in harm's way on my account.
I understand, of course. Very well. Let's take you back to the castle and get you cleaned up.
I love that idea. Thank you.
You guys make your way back to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Ethos leads you into the main hall and then up this large flight of stairs that kind of run through the center of it and off to the right through this beautiful, just grand courtyard room, or a grand ballroom kind of room.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of leads you around a curving hallway before eventually arriving at a door. He goes, This will be your room. They refer to it as the Princess Suite. It's the finest room we have. For any guest we have stay with us.
You are, again, much too kind. Thank you very much. I am sorry that I am intruding. I did not mean for all of this at all.
It has been a wonderful reprieve. You don't understand how great it is to have someone here that is more like me. I appreciate it. It is good to have you here. So, thank you. You are not intruding at all. I'm honored to have you. Make yourself at home. My house is your house. Here. Make yourself at home. Get cleaned up. I'll be back for you in a little over an hour, and we'll go have a wonderful feast.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right.
So, kind of pushes the door open for you, and as you walk in, goes, I'll also have a ladder brought for you for the bed.
Thank you.
You walk in and you see just this giant, for you it's probably about 12 foot high to the top of this bed. It's this giant 4-post wooden posted bed with just huge, like amounts of pillows. This room is incredibly lavish. As you walk back through towards the lavatory area, you can just see over what looks like this giant bathtub that has these magical runes carved all along the side of it. As you kind of get near, they kind of glow and light up a little bit. You kind of reach out and just touch one of them. As you do, water begins to come up from the bottom of the tub and begins kind of bubbling. There's you can not see the top of the counters, but from what you can see of them, they're look like they're carved out of solid granite. It is a very lavish and nice bathroom in here.
Okay.
You eventually get cleaned up. Ethos arrives, and he's not dressed in his armors at this time. He's actually dressed in more formal attire.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have nothing else.
He goes, I thought that might be the case. He goes, I hope you don't mind. I guessed at it and had one of our spell crafters take a shot at it. He kind of pulls out this very elegant dress.
Oh.
He goes, I don't mean to presume anything, and I hope it's the right size, but if it's not, it's all right. I understand. But it is. And he goes, also, I told them nothing too frilly, but they did put frills on it. I'm sorry, a little bit. And it is. It's this. It's solid black though.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tied across here. But it's got a bit of a little poof on the shoulder, and it comes down long, with like a little flare out of both of these. And then it's tight, fitting to the waist till it flares out in like a kind of a flowy. I don't know my dress designs very well.
That's good.
But he's like, so, I mean, you don't have to. But
oh no, I appreciate it. Thank you. One moment.
Sure.
I'll try to get in the dress and not be awkward or weird.
It actually fits really well.
Did you roll for fit?
Yes.
Could it not be not a fit?
Mm-hmm. It could have been real bad. He could have been way off. But that's on a scale of 1 to 20. It's about a 14.
Okay.
So it's pretty on up there.
Not bad. All right.
Yeah. So you come out and he's like, "Wow, you look stunning."
Uh-huh. Thank you. Shall we?
Yes, of course. He kind of holds his arm out for you.
I must tell you, this is not very typical for me.
I would assume not. I remember the last time you were here, but it's all right. It's
okay. Okay. So we're gonna go have a feast in my dress.
Yeah.
All right.
He leads you down to the main dining area where there is just a huge table with this massive spread of all food of all kinds you can imagine. On the table, it looks like, from a distance, it looks like a giant turkey on the table. But as you get closer and closer, you realize the bird would dwarf you. You're not sure what kind of bird they've killed for this feast, but it is massive. One of the drumsticks is probably a little larger than you.
Oh my.
Y'all are ushered towards one end of this table. Ethos sits at the head of it, and you are sitting next to him, right to his right.
Who else is?
Along the side are a whole slew of different storm giants in varying ages. And set down at the other end is a very regal-looking storm giant in very nice flowing blue and white kind of silken looking robes with this big bushy white beard and white long flowing hair and very, very gray skin with this piercing like lightning kind of blue eyes that lights up with a big smile when he sees Ethos approach, and he goes, "Ho ho ho! Ethos, my son! I assume this is your friend."
Your Majesty.
It's King Harkin, but you can call me Harkin if you wish.
I am Candara. It is a pleasure to be here and to be in your home. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Of course, of course. Any friend of Ethos is a friend of mine.
Well, thank you.
By all means. Well, shall we dig in, everyone? They all kind of begin eating and talking and mingling.
Okay, not too bad. I rolled for awkwardness.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe she grew up in the mountains. Lest we forget.
Yeah. As you're eating and kind of sitting there drinking, it's like, I'm sorry if I feel like perhaps I should have prepared you better for this, but you're doing very well.
Well, thank you. It's very overwhelming. The food is humongous. The turkey is, or what bird is that?
Are you familiar with rock?
Rock?
It's a large bird, very large even for us. They can be up to 50, 60 feet wide, like at the wingspan. They can have a huge wingspan.
I have never seen that bird, no.
They're typically birds of prey, but they also make good eating, so.
It's incredible, and, yes, it's just very much.
Well.
So, anyways.
I didn't want to tell you before, but this is all in your honor, so.
Oh my goodness, no. Seriously?
Yeah, he's kind of, yep, I didn't want to. Takes a big drink of wine. Yeah, I may have left that part out, so.
That was so unnecessary.
You're an honored and esteemed guest.
No.
You're a guest of the prince.
No.
Father likes to throw parties. There was no dissuading him.
Oh my goodness.
You hear from down at the other end, King Harkin go, So, Candara, how long have you and my son been, dating? Ethos goes, well, actually, Father, we're not, that's not what this is. She is merely a friend. Mm-hmm. Of course she is, son. He goes, no, I
am here to help your son slay a dragon. Have you told him? Have I not? Was that a secret? I don't know.
A dragon, you say?
Yes.
No, Ethos has not mentioned that to me yet. I'm supposing this is some sort of fight pit, then, you're going into.
Yes.
Ethos, you know I hate you putting yourself in danger in those. I know, Father, but it's a dragon. You know how I've always wanted to go out and do these things, and being a prince I am unable to, so. You're a foolhardy boy, but I remember what it was like to be young. And plus, I'm sure it impresses the ladies. Kind of looks to you knowingly. He's like, it's not. I'm looking forward to a dragon, Father, that's all.
Oh my. Nice.
Eventually someone catches Harkin's attention, they begin talking. He's like, I'm immensely sorry. My father he's a lot to handle, and he is looking to marry me off almost constantly, so
Wouldn't a prince have to marry a princess? Isn't that how that works?
Not. No, not here. Due to our rules of succession, sometimes people come into line to be king with already being married, and
I guess this is true.
uh,
And wouldn't, I mean, you've told me of your troubles of being an outsider. Wouldn't it be worse if your wife was one as well?
he feels that if I had a family and an heir of my own, and he would make it more normal, I guess.
I see.
But I don't know. Plus, I feel like he feels that my own heir might be easier to surpass in the line of succession by some of my other brothers when the time came. Storm's hot, and I have formed a deeper bond than any of its previous wielders, so it is immensely more difficult for people to overthrow me or remove me from the line of succession.
So the sword goes to you, but not your father?
It was his, but once you become king, you pass it
Oh, to the heir.
to your son, and they
I
are the
see.
holder. And then should someone challenge them and beat them, the sword goes to them. But so does the right to become king. It's how it's been for generations. It's worked out well.
Did you have to beat someone to become?
Yes, actually. My oldest half-brother. I thought that if I did that, it would, increase my standing in society here. Would make the people here respect me more. And I think it has some.
I think they do.
Some of them do.
In town, they seem very respectful of you.
Yes, well, they are respectful, I think, of my position, but behind closed doors and hushed voices, opinion of me is somewhat lower among a large populace of the Storm Giants. Half-breed is a bit frowned upon, especially a half-breed to be king.
Wow.
But so I thought by besting my older brother that it would, improve me in the standings of the people, my father, and everyone. And I think it has in some of those degrees. I just didn't realize, I guess, what came along with it at the time. I don't really think. I was young. I didn't really know what I was signing up for.
In being heir?
Yes. So.
It is lonely.
It is. Especially as an outcast in a city full of people you're supposed to rule someday.
Do you have to stay? You told your father you could not do these things. Do you have to stay here?
I mean, it is my duty. I can't go out and live a life that I would choose outside of here now. If something were to happen out there to me and I were to die, it would cause turmoil. It would unbalance the rights of succession. There would be infighting. It would
I
cause.
don't mean like for a long time, but like, can you sneak out? Can you go to town? Can you?
I mean, I I helped your friend Dalen take your body back to the temple and then came back
This
home.
is true.
But no, I don't get to leave the city much. No. As I said, Father fears for my safety, especially out in the world of men. Because out there I'm still an outcast as well, because there I stand out as a giant. Here I stand out as a shrimp. So I don't fit in really anywhere I go. But it is what it is. It is not that bad. I live in a beautiful home. I have a family, a father now who cares for me greatly, and all the food I could ever want and eat. So, of the finest measure, books to read, occasionally wonderful mystical beasts to fight and slay as if I were on some adventure. But
He's going through the rambling.
mm-hmm.
She'll reach over and grab like his hand. You are a very good man, Athos. This city is lucky to have you. The sword has chosen well.
As you see out the other end.
Nah.
Thank
Supposed
you.
to be talking.
Thank you, Candara. I appreciate that. Anyways, the meal eventually kind of simmers down, comes to a close. Athos is like, escorts you back to your room. Thank you for tonight. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. This was the first time in a long time I've felt normal. It's been I don't know. I haven't felt like someone was looking at me like I was out of place. I appreciate that. I'm sorry for the circumstances that you had to be brought here and everything that's been going on with you, but know for me that you've made this a very good day.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. You have been incredibly generous. Are there any more surprises?
Perhaps just one. And he kisses you. And that's where we end the episode.
No, Peg. Oh.
Well, guys, I hope y'all have enjoyed this episode with lots of things going on. I can't wait for the next one to see them fight a dragon.
Oh my.
That'll be a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, thank y'all so much. Go check out the main Twitch channel. Hopefully that's up and going by the time this is aired. Like I said, I had no idea when all this is going up. But anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.